Hey guys, and welcome to another STUFR. I'm Tim.
And I'm Dennis, and we are having a huge Sinterklaas celebration week here on STUFR, which is the traditional St. Nicholas celebrations that we are telling you everything about. And I think we're most excited about this video because we finally get to taste everything.
It comes with a lot of traditional candies, only for this time of year.
Yeah, so St. Nicholas is in the country for 3 weeks, and that 3 weeks is crazy with all these traditional food, snacks, and candy. And we are going to show you, well, pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of it. There is a little bit more maybe, but this is the big thing. So let's just dive into the food.
Yeah, where should we start?
Yeah, well, there's so much.
There's so much.
Maybe, but yeah. First of all, let's just start by saying that, of course, we are a food and travel channel. So this is finally the food part of the traditional St. Nicholas week, in which we'll show you everything there is. Maybe this is the most fun to start with. This is the chocolate letter that you'll get in your shoe if you put out your shoe, which we talked about in the previous videos.
And it's an S for St. Nicholas.
Yeah. And it's just simple chocolate, but it's fun because you'll...
This one is dark chocolate version, but you also have milk and white chocolate.
Oh, it's broken already.
Oh no.
You have milk chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate.
You also have different letters, also for P, for Pete, but also all the other ones for like your first letter.
Yeah, normally you get your own letter.
Yeah.
And they also have these really exclusive ones which are super nicely decorated and
sprinkles and stuff.
Yeah, and these days I actually also saw that they had different versions, like a marshmallow letter, and they have caramel sea salt letters, and so the chocolate letters are evolving a little bit as well. And I actually on the internet I saw that there is some companies, or at least one company that sells croquette letters, which is a famous Dutch snack that is deep fried.
But it's not a candy anymore.
It's not candy anymore, but I would love to try that as well. So if we find one, we'll show you in a different video. Do you want to have a bite? But this is just plain chocolate,
yeah,
so
sure. I love chocolate.
But it is traditional in the Netherlands for St. Nicholas that you'll get a chocolate letter. Yeah, and of course we should have started with the Pepernoten, because this is where it's all about.
Yeah, this is the thing.
This is the thing in the Netherlands for St. Nicholas time. This is what the Petes they throw out to the kids, or they hand them over, but they also throw them out. And it comes from the tradition of throwing out money or handing out money to the poor.
Yeah.
And these are spiced cookies, little cookies. Very spicy, not like normal cookies.
Really
intense,
cheap,
and
you
also
can eat a lot
cheap.
of them.
Yeah,
and what's also really nice about them, because there's so many spices in there, you can use them for cooking. You can actually make some dishes out of it, with a special extra flavor. If
you love making beef stews, then put in quite a few of these Pepernoten and you'll get awesome flavors. But the spices are like cinnamon, a bit of cardamom, gingery. I think you can compare it to gingerbread cookies. That's
at least the spices.
The spices, they come close to the gingerbread cookies, but then they are really crunchy and super nice and round and half round. This side is flat. This side is round, and they are super nice. But of course, traditional food gets upgraded, and then they invented. I don't know how many years back, not that long ago, they invented the chocolate Pepernoten.
Amazing invention.
These are so good. It's a paper note inside, and then they covered it with white, dark, or milk chocolate, and they are so good. Crunchy, super nice. Love them.
Me too.
But these Pepernoten,
what is that?
That we have,
looks like sponges.
Yeah, this one, the Pepernoten that we just had, and that they hand out to the kids every time that St. Nicholas arrives and everything. These are not the original ones.
No,
these are the original ones.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
The spices are kind of like the same. They're a little bit more sweet.
They also have different shapes, like more chunks.
Exactly. They are chunky. They are not we'll show a close-up of it as well. Not at all like the round biscuity things.
Oh, this is squishy.
And they're super squishy. You can see the air holes in there as well.
Yeah, they look like sponges.
They look like sponges.
Like a mushroom or something.
They are like a little bit more.
Oh wow, the smells also totally different.
It's much more anise-like. The anise is more heavy in these cookies, but I love these as well.
Okay, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Completely different experience.
Yeah. So these are the original Pepernoten.
Those two don't have anything in common anymore.
And Pepernoten actually loosely translated as pepper nuts. Nuts made with pepper. Of course, there is a little bit of pepper in here, but not as heavily as you would think. But that's where the name comes from. And so if you had these traditional Pepernoten ones, the squishy ones, then that actually transformed into these cookies.
I know those.
Which are so good as well. They are called Taai Taai. That's what they're called. Taai Taai. And
why?
I don't know. Maybe also because they are a little bit gooey. You have to really chew on them. They are quite, it gets stuck into between your teeth. Gooey or something would be maybe the way of translating it into English. And it gets stuck into your teeth, and it really, if you eat a few of them.
Gooey and then those things.
These are softer. These are a little bit tougher, but the flavor is kind of like the same, isn't it?
I like this flavor more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something different about it.
Yeah, these are heavier on the anise, which you don't like that much. These are a little bit more subtle, and they have little guys and girls on there. There's little dolls actually, and you can buy these cookie shapes as well. And what is the funny story? If you've seen the history video in which we talk about the history of Saint Nicholas, then you'll know what these cookies were used for. Back in the day, between the 1500s and the 1900s, guys would go to the St. Nicholas markets, buy these cookies, or they would be a little bit bigger, and they would be made of speculaas, but they had the same shapes on there, and they would give them to a girl, and that would be, if the girl accepted the cookie, well, then that would be a sign that she wants to be in a relationship. Well, check out the whole...
I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, wanting him to give her a Taai Taai.
A Taai Taai cookie. Well, Taai Taai is not but it was the speculaas cookie, but that's almost the same. So,
So that would be the St. Nicholas version.
Yeah. And then the Pepernoten that are thrown around with, most of the time, include other candy as well, which have these sugar candy, and they are called schuimpjes, which is a little bit like a meringue, but it's not as meringue as you would normally have them. It's meringue with a lot of sugar, so it's much more dense and hard.
I don't think I like them.
I love them.
Because I don't remember liking them.
And they come in fun shapes with the head of Saint Nicholas.
The head of Saint Nicholas, yeah.
And you have the head of Pete, and you have the steamboat.
This is the present.
And the present, and what is this? This is like a
horse.
little, like a play horse, which can go like that. I don't know what. Like that. So, and yeah, you have to try it. Very sugary, but it's just like a sugary meringue, but a little bit gooey. Why did you like them?
Oh God.
What is horrible? It is not very nice. It's just sugar.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Another traditional thing, which is not eaten that much anymore.
I think I've never had this before.
Yeah.
It looks like marzipan.
It's a bit more old-fashioned. Not a lot of people eat this for St. Nicholas anymore.
Is it marzipan?
It's not marzipan.
Oh.
This is called borstplaat, which is translated as breastplate. I have no idea where it comes from.
Like a knight or something.
Maybe it comes from that.
Like the armor.
But this is butter, cream butter, thick butter, with a lot of sugar. And then sometimes they add a little bit flavor because they have the white ones, and these are more caramelly ones, and these are more with coffee flavor.
Oh, caramel sounds amazing.
So yeah, just have that one or this one. And it's very sugary. You can feel the sugar as well when you
feel the sugar crystals.
The sugar crystals if you touch it.
Yeah.
But the sugar and the butter together, it's really nice. Very. Oh yeah, and it's hard. Oh, sorry, this is the coffee flavor.
Yeah.
The other one is chocolate flavor.
Yeah, it's super sugary.
But
it's okay.
It's hard. I like it.
I like this a lot more than the one before.
And then things that they put in the shoe as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the normal one, the normal version, without the extra flavor.
Yeah.
What they do put in the shoe and put in the candy thing and the gifts are the coin chocolates.
I also know those from Germany.
Yeah, these are. I think you can have them in more countries than.
I think we use them also for the kind of Saint Nicholas tradition we have, the light version.
Like Saint Nicholas.
But also, I think also for another tradition. But that's not part of this video.
No, and also for Christmas maybe. So these are just simple chocolates covered in in like an aluminum foil to make them look like coins. Very nice. And that's of course comes from when back in the day with the Pepernoten as well.
Back in the day they didn't have euros.
No, they didn't have euros, but then he would hand out money, and these days it's just chocolate. That looks like money.
This is my absolute favorite.
One of my favorites as well.
This is my favorite, I think.
It's like a cookie, a soft cookie with speculaas, which is again the same herbs as the Pepernoten, but it has almond. Like, I don't know, how would you call it actually? Almond filling, but it's like an almond paste.
It has something of marzipan.
Yeah, because our marzipan is also made with
not
almonds.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, but it has 2 layers of speculaas cookie attached to it, soft cookie. Yeah, and then the almond filling in between.
There's like little almonds on top as well.
Here we go, because this is amazing.
Oh god, so nice.
And like you said, the smell of it. If you come to the Netherlands, and you have to try this. It won't be out the whole year.
The flavor is also amazing.
Yeah,
it's a really rich flavor.
It's only in stores around St. Nicholas time, but of course stores start preparing a little bit early. So at the end of September, beginning of October, you'll be able to get this. Really nice. And then actually one of my favorites as well, which I don't think is your favorite. We have a few of them here.
Do I have to eat this?
Yeah, you have to try it at least.
I think I would get the best for last, but now I get the worst for last.
For you, it's the chocolate frogs or the chocolate mice, and it's all the same. It's chocolate with a lot of sugar inside, and
there's so much sugar.
And a little bit minty as well. I think you can have the purple one. I'll take the yellow one. And what is nice, it just comes in this tin foil, or aluminum foil.
I don't want it.
In the shape of a mice or a frog.
It still has the shape.
Yeah, and it still has the shape of a little mice. And then I will break it open first. You can see.
It smells a little bit like After 8.
Yeah, it's a little bit minty, and it's super wide in the middle, so it has the mint and sugar and everything inside.
It doesn't have the creaminess of an After 8, huh?
No,
right?
No.
It's more like crystal
like
stuff.
Crystal sugar. Yeah. Oh, it's a little. What is horrible about it? I like it.
God.
It's super sweet, I have to say, but.
That was like a sugar explosion.
I always love these. I always buy these. I love the Pepernoten. I just love all the candy.
Even if I eat a cube of sugar, it's not as sweet as this. God. No, that's really not for me. You can have mine.
Thank you. So there you have it. This was pretty much most of the candy that we have around that time of year. There are some other things.
This is my favorites, so you know.
I love that as well, but I also love the Taai Taai cookies. And I love the mice and the frogs. And I just love it all. But I grew up with it, so that's also different maybe.
I only love all the baked things, but not the other ones and stuff. Oh yeah, and this of course.
Oh yeah, the breastplate.
The breastplate. That's also nice.
So yeah, give this video a thumbs up. All the sugar makes me rush my words even more than I normally do. And subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Check out the other videos on the St. Nicholas traditions. Yeah. Or if you want to know more about living in the Netherlands, then check out the videos in which Tim tells about his experience when he moved from Germany to the Netherlands. Yeah. That's also nice. Yeah. And there's also one more special video, of course, in this whole St. Nicholas series. That's your interview with St. Nicholas himself. Ooh. Because you were allowed to interview him. I wasn't allowed to come. Or, that's how it happens. St. Nicholas can be very picky in who he chooses. Yeah. So check out that video.
He likes me more.
Probably. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you want to see us stuff more food in our mouths? Then subscribe to our channel or watch another stuffer.